Hey, everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're with Brian, Doc, and Randy doing a little movie talk tonight. Directors, our 10 personal favorite directors ranked, and three illustrations or three examples of their best films, in our opinion. Um, we're just going to run through it. It's real casual, nothing structured. Tonight's order is Doc, Randy, Brian, and myself. So we each have 30 films to talk about uh, in whole, and we're going to make it in short order. Now, if you want to see longer videos, we'll do them in another time. So, Doc, hit it, baby. Let's go. What do we got here? 10 through 1, and give us three films for each director.
Sounds good. Obviously, these are all personal choices, so I tried to be quite diverse on how I did this myself. So I'm going to start off with my guy collection, I'll say. So I've got John McTiernan at my number 10 as my director. I'm going with my classics, man. Predator, for sure. It's an ultimate guy movie. Die Hard, my yearly watch plus, and then some. And I'm a sub guy, man. The Hunt for Red October. He's got those three under his belt, and those are three good ones for me. So
those are three good ones.
Yeah.
That's my number 10. Number 9. Yeah. I'll stick with who I am. It's John Carpenter. Because I like a lot of different things. So I'll wing it down. Halloween's maybe one of, if not my favorite horror movie. It's right there. Greatest remake probably of all time, maybe in my eyes, especially in this neighborhood. The Thing is going to make my list as a second. And I'm going to stick with my guy flicks, man. Escape from New York for Carpenter. So those will be my 3 for him.
Perfect.
Brian De Palma's going to come in at number 8 for me. Oh man, I like so many movies. I guess I'll go Untouchables first because I find it doesn't get a lot of love, but I love that movie, and I think actually De Niro gets overlooked. Doesn't get talked about enough. He's fantastic in that movie. I love a lot of things about this movie. And Scarface would be my number 2. Number 3, man, I had a really tough time with number 3 because he's got so many good movies. So, but I'm just going to stick with my acting neighborhood here. So I'm going Carlito's Way for my 3rd pick for him.
Good one.
I got Carrie, Blowout, a whole bunch of different ones, but that's where I'm sticking. Yeah. My number 7. I better get these right. I'm looking all over because I got notes all over the place, guys. Christopher Nolan, be number 7. I'm dropping it in straight up. Dark Knight. I think it's still one of the better movies that we've seen since the beginning of the century here.
Yep.
Interstellar, one of my favorites. I love it, and it's a go-to for me. Do like my war movies, man, and I think he did a masterful piece on Dunkirk as well. So I'll take those 3 with me from Nolan.
Excellent. Yep.
Number 6. One of the guys that really, it's a go-to. I don't care what anybody says. The guy makes great movies, man. If you just want to watch something visually, story-wise, it goes other ways, but he delivers, man. James Cameron. Aliens. My ultimate guy movie, really. Terminator. Started a whole different thing, so I'm going to put that on my list as a pop. Could have gone 2, but I like 1 a little bit more. And I think Avatar is kind of a masterpiece, man, and I'm putting that on my list. Visually stunning, and I think he's done something incredible in the directing side of things. So what's that? My number 7, 6, 5. Better drop it in this way. I'm going with the Coen brothers at number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Fargo. It's one of my favorites still, man. It's dark humor and dark in every other sense. No Country. Follow that up. It's a close one behind it. The 3rd one was tough for me to do because it's just the way it goes. I'll go Lebowski, I think, is the way I'll drop it in. That'll be my top 3 from the Coen gang. Could have done Millers, could have done Oh Brother. Kind of like, depends on my mood with these guys, but they always get you in the mood when you start watching it anyway. So it's one of those ones.
Yeah.
4. I can't get around it, man. Hitchcock's on my list. It doesn't matter where I put him. Rear Window, number 1 for me. North by Northwest will be number 2. He's got a million to take. I'm taking Psycho as one of the best, especially in the horror genre, the Psych. So that's my 3rd of the Hitchcock neighborhood. We may or may not. I'm sure 3 of the 4 of us might. Maybe the 4 of us. I don't know. But I'm going to have Quentin on my list, man. So he's going to come in at number 3. So straight up, this will be no surprise to you guys. I think you know how I rank my Quentin, I think. So it's Reservoir is my favorite. Still is. Inglourious is my number 2. Pulp will come in at number 3. They're all masterpieces at one level or another. It depends on your mood and what you're into watch. But
Yep.
Reservoir just always seems to be a go-to if I'm putting on a QT movie.
Hmm.
Number 2, Scorsese, man.
Yep.
Yeah, Goodfellas will be number 1. Yeah, this was really tough, let me tell you. So, number 2, it's I'm going to Departed. I think it's one of the classics here that we've had in the last little while as well. Man, I had a really tough time with number 3, but I'm going the way that I want to watch them, and I'm going to put on Casino third. So that's the way I'm doing it. Big surprise, Spielberg's my number 1.
Good call.
Yeah, Raiders is, Spielberg made some of the best movies of my lifetime that I've watched, and I can't get around that. So it's just what it is. Raiders, straight up number 1. Jaws right behind it at number 2. I hate picking number 3 because there's like a billion to pick. I'm going to go Saving Private Ryan. I think it's kind of another masterpiece in the war and neighborhood, and it's I've covered off a different kind of the adventure stuff in the Spielberg neighborhood, so I'll stay away from the Jurassic and stuff and drop another classic in there for him. But he has a million.
Great.
Excellent.
Yep. I loved it. I think I had 3 matches out of the.
I had 4.
Maybe it's 4. Yeah, it's 4. I had 4.
You both had 4?
Yep.
I had 3.
Yeah, 3.
Yep. Great list. And even the 6 that I didn't agree with you, they're all great films.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue the other one. So I mean,
Yeah. So, all right. Let's see what Randy has.
Of course, you know me, I'm going to be a little more old school here. And these aren't necessarily who I think are the best directors. They're just my favorites and have more of my favorite movies. So that's how I'm ranking them.
Totally.
Okay.
So I left off a couple that I think have great movies, but they didn't have as many, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So my number 10 is Preston Sturges, who's one of the guys that started as a screenwriter and became a director. He kind of took screwball comedy and made it more sophisticated. And my 3 are number 1, The Lady Eve. Number 2, The Miracle of Morgan's Creek. Number 3, his socially conscious one, Sullivan's Travels. My number 9 is my lone, I guess it's there's a British guy in here too. So anyway, foreign director, and it's going to be Jean-Pierre Melville, who I've come to love. He uses a lot of film noir elements, and probably the most American he loved American film noir, so that's kind of why I liked him. Yeah, my number 1 is Le Samurai, best movie about a hitman. Le Cercle Rouge, or The Red Circle, great heist movie. And then number 3, Army of Shadows. He kind of took a war film and gave it a film noir look. My number 8, this is probably one nobody's going to have, but Jacques Tourneur. I just love the look of his films. And plus, he has my favorite film noir of all time. That's Out of the Past, which is going to be my number 1. And I think he did the 2 best Val Lewton movies. And I Walked with the Zombie, which is going to be my number 2, and Cat People, the original, which is my number 3. All right. Number 7, I've got Stanley Kubrick here, kind of the ultimate stylist, really meticulous director, which a lot of actors did not like, but he did a lot of takes. My number 1 is Dr. Strangelove, or How I Stopped Worrying and Learned to Love the Bomb. I didn't write the whole title down, but it's something like that. The Shining is my number 2, just a great horror film. And number 3 is Barry Lyndon, because it just looks fantastic. I love the candlelit scenes in that one. My number 6 is going to be Billy Wilder, one of the most versatile directors that had kind of this sharp wit and a cynicism about him. Did a couple great film noirs, which are the first 2. My number 1 is Sunset Boulevard. Number 2, Double Indemnity. And then the comedy I got in here is number 3 is Some Like It Hot.
Nice.
Nice.
Number 5, it's our first match here. I got Steven Spielberg, the king of the summer blockbuster. And my number 1 is going to be Raiders of the Lost Ark. Number 2, Jaws. And number 3, I'm not a big war movie, so I'm not going to match there. It's going to be Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Great ones.
Right.
Sure.
And number 4, I got the Coen brothers here, Joel and Ethan. And my number 1, probably nobody else's Coen brothers number 1. I think it's underrated. I just love it. That's Miller's Crossing. It's going to be my number 1. Number 2, I got Fargo. And then number 3, I got The Big Lebowski.
Nice.
Right. My number 3, and this is a guy that could do movies in all genres, and that's Howard Hawks. He's kind of the king of the overlapping dialogue. Number 1 is one of the funniest comedies ever, and that's Bringing Up Baby. From number 2, The Great Noir and The Big Sleep.
Mm.
And number 3 is His Girl Friday, which is the king of the overlapping dialogue in that movie. And my number 2, I just had to have him here because he has 3 of my top 11 films of all time. And that's John Ford, just the great landscapes he did. And my number 1, he's also does my favorite film of all time. That's The Quiet Man. Is number 1. Number 2, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, one of the best Westerns. And number 3, The Searchers, another great Western. And supposedly Steven Spielberg's one of his favorite films.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves it.
And number 1, I had to pick this guy because he has 7 of my top 100 films when we did our top 100 films. And that's Alfred Hitchcock, Master of Suspense. I'm going to go number 1, North by Northwest. Number 2, Rear Window. And number 3, Vertigo.
Nice.
Very good.
Can't argue with any of them. I'm so glad you had The Lady Eve. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. It made your list. Awesome.
Very
I
good.
had 3 matches on that.
What?
I had 3 matches on that.
Yeah, Henry. Who would think Henry Fonda could be so funny? Which a lot of it Barbara Stanwyck's doing, though.
Yeah, she's great in that movie. I had 3 matches also on that. All right, Brian, let's see what you got.
All right. For me, I've got at number 10, I've got Lawrence Kasdan.
Yeah.
I kind of really appreciate his films because it seems like they involve conversations that you weren't really necessarily meant to overhear, like they're over here in the settings, very intimate, flawed, emotionally precise. The movies that I picked were obviously The Big Chill, Body Heat, and The Accidental Tourist, which I just rewatched again here recently, and I still love that movie to date. I think it's incredibly great. Yep. Number 9 for me, I've got the king of American mythology. I've got Robert Redford. I feel like he directs things with a lot of patience and clarity, and he likes to let stillness kind of fill the frame a little bit, and silence kind of like fill in gaps too. Doesn't feel the need to kind of like fill everything with conversation. Ordinary People I have as my number 1, River Runs Through It number 2, and Quiz Show is number 3 for me.
Yep.
At number 8, I've got Alfred Hitchcock here. I could have picked a 1,000 different things, but I mean, the king of suspense, really, from over here in America, and really highly influenced by German expressionism. North by Northwest, my favorite movie of all time, so of course it's going to be here. I've got Vertigo at my number 2, and I've got Frenzy as my 3rd choice.
It's a good movie, man.
It is.
Yeah, it's very, very intense. Number 7, I've got Ridley Scott, kind of playing a little bit off Doc's James Cameron a little bit, but Blade Runner is my number 1 here. Alien, the very first one, and then American Gangster, I thought was very sleek and methodical and a little bit different for Ridley in a lot of different ways. So I thought, I'd like to pick that one to throw a different flavor out there. Number 6, I got David Lynch here, which is, rather an acquired taste to really get into David Lynch's movies. A lot of surrealism in his films, things that are dreamlike, things that don't necessarily make sense to you on a conscious level that you almost have to like absorb in a different way in order to, feel what the movie's about. Blue Velvet's number 1 for me. Lost Highways number 2, and then Mulholland Drive, which is really kind of an underrated film. I don't think it got a lot of love that it should have gotten. Number 5 for me is Clint Eastwood. Clint's getting up in years here, but I always thought that he had this very green, unlike Kubrick, he just take one take, and it was like whatever you gave him, we move on. We ain't got time for anything else. So Very interesting way that he did things. But I guess you look at it like he really trusted his actors to be prepared and be ready to deliver for him. So number one for me is Unforgiven. I think, maybe the best Western, in my opinion, of all time. The Outlaw Josie Wales, and then Mystic River, which I think is this highly emotionally charged movie that has so many good performances in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Number 4, Stanley Kubrick. I think Randy already talked about him a little bit. Known for his control and his, intellect kind of all fused together. All of his films are highly examined, and he's the antithesis of Clint, and that he'll make his actors give 1,000 takes if he feels like he's not getting what he wants out of them, even though he'll never outwardly say exactly what it is that he wants from them. Number 1 for me is 2001: A Space Odyssey. Number 2 would be Full Metal Jacket, and then number 3 would be The Shining of his work. Number 3, I've got Tarantino here. Really the guy that kind of set a tone for a whole different genre of film type here in the late 90s and the early 2000s. Just incredibly innovative, really known for his disjointed chronological sequencing of his movies that a lot of people kind of ripped off over the years. Number 1 for me anyway is Pulp Fiction. Number 2 is Reservoir Dogs, and then at number 3 I went ahead and put Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Sure.
Number 2, I've got Scorsese here, Doc. I'm sure you go right along with that. Scorsese just brings that kind of energy and obsession. Very kind of neo-realistic Italian type themes he likes to dive into quite a bit. He's done some other work, but these are the types of works that he's mostly known for. Number 1, I've got Taxi Driver, and then I put Raging Bull at number 2, and then Goodfellas at number 3, which I thought was, amped. And then last, I want to put Steven Spielberg at number 1 for me anyway. I just feel like he's like this ultimate director that he just takes on vastly different projects all the time, and then he can go from having a big money maker, and legitimately setting out to do that, to having this intimate movie in which he doesn't really care whether they make $1 billion off of it or not. It's something he's passionate about. So, but he brings he brings a different type of energy to the set whenever actors talk about him. And it feels like they want to do right by Steven when they're in his movies. So I think that he's the type of director that every actor wants to act for. Number 1 for me, I put Schindler's List, and then I put Jaws at number 2, and Saving Private Ryan as my 3rd choice. That's my top.
Great list.
Yeah, fantastic. Very good.
You caught me off guard with the Kasdan there, and I had Kasdan written down on something else there, so that's
yeah.
I was glad to see that because I didn't have him, but I love his film, so that's a good pick there. Same with De Palma, Doc. I had on my short list. I didn't put him in, but I like his movies too. They're very stylized, and some people say he rips off De Palma, but he's given his own little slant to it. I mean, that's an homage more than a rip off.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 10, I'm going to alienate at least 2 of the guys here, and that's Woody Allen is my number 10. I've got Annie Hall, number 1, Manhattan, number 2, and Crimes and Misdemeanors, believe it or not, number 3. 9th on my list, a personal favorite, Hal Ashby. You've heard me talk about him before.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of a hippie counterculture guy that got into filmmaking. I believe he started out as a cinematographer and later made it in films. Coming Home is my favorite of his. The Last Detail is my 2nd, and Harold and Maude would be my 3rd. And he had other good ones I'm leaving out, like Being There and Shampoo, which I really admire too. Number 8, this guy hasn't been mentioned yet, Sidney Lumet.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of a gritty realism in his movies. They're all fantastic. But I have 12 Angry Men as my favorite Lumet film of all time. The Verdict is number 2, and Dog Day Afternoon would be my 3rd. And again, he's got a laundry list of classics.
Sure does.
Number 7, I've got Stanley Kubrick in the 7 hole. You guys mentioned his attention to detail and meticulous style. He took a long time between films at times. My number 1 film of his is Paths of Glory. Number 2 is The Shining, and number 3 is Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
Not surprising, Rich.
I've seen that movie 75 times, and I just love everything about it. Number 6 is Alfred Hitchcock. You guys meant The Master of Suspense. I've got North by Northwest at 1, Rear Window at 2, and Strangers on a Train.
Nice.
My number 5 is Steven Spielberg. Now, you guys mentioned a lot of his blockbuster, entertaining kind of films, but I like his darker stuff. Schindler's List 1, Saving Private Ryan 2, and his sleeper of all time, Empire of the Sun.
Yeah.
Great, fantastic movie. Number 4, I've got Francis Coppola. I'm cheating a little bit. The Godfather Saga 1 and 2 would be my number 1. Flows beautifully together. Apocalypse Now is 2, and The Conversation is 3.
Yeah.
Then we've got Martin Scorsese at number 3. Just rattling off my favorite is Taxi Driver. Brilliant, dark and nasty, but portrait of loneliness and isolation and revenge and whatever you want to say. Number 2 is The Departed, and number 3 is Goodfellas. I mean, that's a tough trio to top. My number 2, and this is mainly for rewatchable purposes, Quentin Tarantino's number 2 for me. Reservoir Dogs is my favorite. Pulp Fiction is 2nd, and Inglourious Bastards is 3rd.
Nice.
Number 1, the Coen brothers. Couldn't get around it. I just think they're at the top of the game right now. No Country for Old Men is my favorite. Fargo is 2nd, and The Big Lebowski comes in 3rd.
Excellent.
3 good choices, Rich. 3 good choices.
I have 5 matches from me. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Wow. So
Great
that was fun.
Yeah. I liked it.
One guy I really wanted to get in, and I couldn't find a third movie that I love, and that's Spike Lee. I love Do the Right Thing and 25th Hour, but then it falls for me. He doesn't have another masterpiece to make it a threesome for me. Those are the 3 I like the best from him. I couldn't fit them on the list.
I mean, I had Christopher Nolan and Paul Thomas Anderson on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that, the latter not having quite enough of a catalog yet to kind of bust into that top 10, So
I had Sergio Leone. I love Wes Anderson's films. I didn't have him. And John Huston and Roman Polanski.
Yeah, John Huston, great. I also had Eastwood, Frank Capra. I wanted to get in Robert Altman, David Fincher. There's a bunch of directors. Who do you have, Doc, as your runners up?
Well, just because it's me, I had Paul Verhoeven. I had, just because I love RoboCop and Total Recall and stuff.
Yeah.
I had George Roy Hill. I love my Redford Newman combo. I got a couple there, and I got Slapshot out of the deal.
Yeah.
I had Sidney Pollack as one that I was thinking about as well.
Nice. That's good.
I got him written down too. Yeah.
I had Oliver Stone as well.
That's a good one too.
I had Philly Lament written down. I had 3 movies. I had The Network, Verdict, and Dog Day all ready to rock through on my list. So I had Clint, I had Francis Ford, but those are the ones that you guys had. And I had Rob Reiner. I was thinking about as well.
Rob Reiner. The other guy I had was Alan J. Pakula with All the President and Sophie's Choice and Presumed Innocent. He's made some great movies too.
Good movie. Guillermo del Toro. I like big shout out for him.
Yeah, he's great.
Great stylized stuff,
Yeah.
All right, that should wrap it up. Give us some of your favorite directors out there to counteract what we have. A lot of these are going to be on everybody's list because they're iconic, but I like those super picks that are personal and we don't see coming. So give us some of your favorite directors and 3 films that illustrate the greatness of that director. So for Brian at Massey's Main Entertainment, Randall Nelson, go sub up these guys, and Doc, this is Rich. See you next time. Have a good evening. Bye.